In this video, I'm handing you a secret, not a cute trick, not a feel-good mantra. A rare and dangerous secret once hoarded by kings, generals, and rulers who bent the world to their will. It is the root of influence, respect, fear, and loyalty. With it, you stop chasing validation. People start chasing yours. You stop proving yourself. Your presence does the proving. Doors that were bolted shut swing open when you arrive. What is this secret? Forget the self-help spells and timid advice about standing tall, speaking up, or smiling more. That is window dressing. That is the surface. Real confidence does not come from chanting lines at a mirror. It comes from somewhere deeper, a chamber most people avoid because it forces them to confront who they are and what they want without apology. Ordinary people try to convince the world they are strong. Powerful people do not bother. They move as if the crown already fits. They do not beg for recognition. They grant it. They do not chase loyalty. They command it. When you internalize this, you stop living like a spectator. You start moving like a sovereign, ruling your arena while others ask permission to enter it. So listen closely. In the next few minutes, we step inside that secret, into the operating system of Machiavelli's mind. Once you see it, you will not see yourself or the world the same way again. Most people think confidence is a posture. They picture puffed chests, firm handshakes, and well-rehearsed lines. They believe repeating, "I'm confident," will somehow summon it. That's the illusion sold by self-help gurus and Instagram prophets. Confidence like that is a costume. It looks good under soft light, but it collapses the moment someone challenges you, criticizes you, or simply ignores you. Real confidence isn't theater. It's internal, invisible, untouchable. It doesn't live off applause, compliments, or validation. Those who possess it never need to announce their strength, intelligence, or charm. They move with a certainty that forces the world to recognize them, whether the world agrees or not. This is the first secret most people will never grasp. Ordinary confidence is dependency. Machiavellian confidence, what I call psychopathic confidence, is independence. Here's where most people fail. They live on permission. They measure themselves against others, comparing looks, titles, possessions. A promotion, a compliment, a digital like becomes a dose of medicine for their insecurity. But when those external signals disappear, their so-called confidence collapses with them. What's left is weakness, disguised as self-doubt. Those with psychopathic confidence do not ask for permission. They understand their worth isn't negotiable. They are system glitches the world can't categorize. They don't compete for attention. They command it. Every movement, every word, even their silence reinforces an aura of quiet dominance. Ordinary confidence imitates power. Psychopathic confidence manufactures it. The first step to transcending common confidence is detachment. Stop performing for an audience that can't define you. Stop begging for recognition from a system that doesn't care you exist. The moment you realize no one owes you respect, validation, or even acknowledgement, you gain freedom. Detached from their approval, your actions sharpen. They carry intent, gravity, and a pull that others can't look away from. Next, focus on internal calibration. Most people anchor their self-worth to external noise such as likes, praise, envy, or salary. That is a fatal weakness. Those with psychopathic confidence anchor themselves to a single constant, their own internal logic. They ask, "Do I see myself as strong, capable, and untouchable?" If the answer is yes, the world has no choice but to align with it. Inner conviction comes before external recognition. When you chase recognition first, you will always lose. Here is a practical exercise. Remove every mirror of validation from your environment. Unfollow the accounts that feed comparison. Stop seeking opinions on every minor decision. Start acting quietly and deliberately, and let results speak for themselves. Then watch what happens when you no longer beg for affirmation. Curiosity, respect, and fear. You stop being a participant in the social game. People start reacting to you. Now face a harsh truth. Confidence terrifies the unprepared. When someone moves with calm certainty, they create a void. Others instinctively rush to fill. Ordinary people fill it with chatter, explanations, and excuses. Those with psychopathic confidence fill it with presence, silence, and unwavering self-assurance. The entire room shifts, and no one quite knows why. To summarize the first principle, ordinary confidence is fragile, performative, and dependent on external validation. Psychopathic confidence is invisible, internal, and self-sustaining. It does not advertise. It commands. To build it, destroy dependency on recognition. Anchor your worth within. Act with quiet intent. Watch how people adjust when you stop asking for permission. This is not a mindset tweak. It is a strategic transformation of your presence, a recalibration of how the world perceives you before you even speak. Follow these steps and you will begin to move differently, think differently, and be treated differently. Ordinary confidence dies in the presence of true power. Psychopathic confidence is power. The greatest weakness in most people is their addiction to recognition. They crave praise, acknowledgement, and approval from anyone willing to give it. That is why their confidence collapses the moment they are ignored, criticized, or excluded. Their sense of worth does not belong to them. It is borrowed. And whoever controls that stream of validation controls them. Those with psychopathic confidence are built differently. They do not need permission to exist, to speak, or to act. They operate with a sovereignty that makes them untouchable. They are internally self-sufficient. They understand a fundamental truth. If your value is defined by others, you will always remain weak. This is the Machiavellian principle. Self-sufficiency is power. When you stop seeking approval, you stop being predictable. No one can manipulate you with praise or criticism. You become a force guided by your own logic, not by the expectations of others. Your choices are driven by strategy, not fear of judgment. And that is unsettling to ordinary minds. They cannot read you, they cannot categorize you, and they cannot influence you. Start with your achievements. Stop broadcasting them. If you buy a car, earn a promotion, or travel to Paris, let it remain unspoken unless your actions reveal it naturally. Ordinary people advertise to be admired. Those with psychopathic confidence create quiet impact. People notice, they respect, they envy. But recognition is a byproduct, not the goal. The goal is personal sovereignty. Next, stop apologizing for your choices. Every unnecessary apology is a signal of weakness. Every attempt to justify yourself is an unspoken plea for permission. Individuals with psychopathic confidence speak and act with precision. They offer no explanations. If you choose to wear black in a room full of color, to speak less, or to walk alone, own it completely. Do not allow anyone's opinion to dictate your behavior. When others react, that is their problem, not yours. Another critical step is to internalize your value. Evaluate yourself independently of others. If today you feel like a 6 out of 10, raise it to an 8 in your mind. That is not arrogance. It is strategy. People cannot see the invisible foundation of self-sufficiency you are building, but they sense it instinctively. They feel the weight, authority, and inevitability in your presence because you assigned it to yourself first. Practice consistent indifference. People will test you, mock you, and challenge your preferences. Stay firm. Do not yield. Those with psychopathic confidence choose their battles carefully. They do not justify, defend, or argue about trivial things. They make silent decisions, act decisively, and let results reshape how the world perceives them before they even speak. When you live this way, you begin to move differently, think differently, and are treated differently. Ordinary confidence fades in the presence of real power. Psychopathic confidence is that power. The greatest weakness in most people is their hidden addiction to recognition. They crave compliments, acknowledgement, and approval from anyone who will give it. That is why their confidence collapses the moment they are ignored, criticized, or excluded. Their worth does not belong to them. It is borrowed. Whoever controls the flow of recognition controls them. Those with psychopathic confidence operate on another level. They do not need permission to exist, to speak, or to act. They move with a sovereignty that makes them untouchable. They are internally complete. They understand one essential truth. If your value is defined from the outside, you will always remain weak. This is the Machiavellian principle. Self-sufficiency is power. When you stop chasing validation, you become unpredictable. No one can manipulate you through compliments or criticism. You move according to your own logic, not the expectations of others. Your decisions are guided by strategy, not by fear of judgment. That unsettles ordinary minds. They cannot read you, they cannot categorize you, and they cannot influence you. Start with your accomplishments. Stop promoting them. If you buy a car, earn a promotion, or travel to Paris, keep it silent unless your actions reveal it naturally. Ordinary people advertise to be admired. Those with psychopathic confidence create quiet impact. People notice, they respect, they envy. But recognition is only a side effect, never the goal. The goal is sovereignty of the self. Next, stop apologizing for your choices. Every unnecessary apology is an admission of weakness. Every attempt to explain yourself is a hidden request for permission. Individuals with psychopathic confidence speak and act with precision. They offer no explanations. If you choose to wear black in a room full of color, to speak less, or to walk alone, own it completely. Do not allow anyone's opinion to shape your behavior. When others react, that is their burden, not yours. Another essential step is to internalize your value. Judge yourself independently of others. If today you feel like a 6 out of 10, raise it to an 8 in your mind. That is not arrogance. It is tactical thinking. People cannot see the invisible foundation of self-sufficiency you are building, but they can feel it. They sense the authority, the weight, and the inevitability in your presence because you have already assigned it to yourself. Practice consistent indifference. People will test you, mock you, and challenge your preferences. Stay unshaken. Do not yield. Those with psychopathic confidence choose their battles wisely. They do not justify, defend, or argue over trivial matters. They make silent decisions, act with precision, and let results define their reputation long before they speak. Others will judge you. Let them. Judgment has no power over someone who needs no validation. Try this practical exercise. Enter a social environment and deliberately refuse to follow the crowd. Express an honest opinion without softening it. Take your own path in conversation and in choice. You will notice something remarkable. People begin to align with you. Recognition starts flowing toward you, not because you seek it, but because your self-sufficiency demands acknowledgement. Now understand a brutal truth. Dependency is a chain. Those who depend on validation, affection, or praise are always at the mercy of whoever provides it. By cutting that dependency, you do more than protect yourself. You weaponize your independence. Individuals with psychopathic confidence are untouchable because they have nothing to lose and everything to command. This is not a lesson in humility. It is a lesson in power. Self-sufficiency is the invisible fortress surrounding your mind and your presence. The moment you no longer need anyone's approval, you gain the freedom to dominate every social interaction, every room, and every challenge. Ordinary confidence is fragile. Psychopathic confidence is sovereignty. Most people spend their lives hiding flaws, apologizing for shortcomings, and desperately pretending to be flawless. That is why they fail. Flaws are not burdens. They are untapped weapons. Those with psychopathic confidence understand this principle and exploit it without mercy. The moment you accept your weaknesses, you remove every lever others use to manipulate, dismiss, or threaten you. Step 1. Embrace brutal honesty about yourself. Stop pretending. If you are short, awkward in conversation, balding, or physically limited, admit it inside and out. Say it without fear. Say it without shame. The world does not react to perfection. It reacts to the courage you show in being real. When someone tries to use your weakness against you, you have already neutralized their leverage. Step 2. Reframe your flaws into instruments of influence. Any weakness can become an advantage when you control the narrative. Small in stature means you can be faster, more precise, more calculated. Baldness reads as decisiveness, discipline, inevitability. Awkwardness makes you unpredictable and causes others to misread your intellect. The key is strategic ownership. Let people see your flaw, but never let them believe it is a liability. Step 3. Flip expectations. Use weakness to disarm others. If someone mocks you, answer with calm indifference or wry humor. Let them feel your lack of fear. A critic wins only when you react with anxiety. Your power lives in silence, composure, and the knowledge that no judgment can touch you. Step 4. Turn limitation into identity. People are drawn to those who fully own themselves. Your flaw becomes a signature, a mark of someone untouchable. Think of leaders who were called abrasive, arrogant, or obsessive. Those traits became their authority. Think of those criticized for bluntness and unpredictability. Their unpredictability became magnetic. The lesson is clear. A flaw controlled becomes a stamp of dominance. Step 5. Exploit contrast. Those with psychopathic confidence manipulate perception by placing flaws next to strength. A small man who moves like a predator will dominate the room. A bald, rough-spoken person will command attention with sharp intellect and decisive words. The world expects weakness. When it encounters strength disguised as imperfection, it becomes disoriented, threatened, and compelled to show you respect. Step 6. Internalize imperfection as armor. A flaw only matters if you let it matter. Every insecurity you once feared becomes a shield. Every criticism slides off like rain on stone. Your mind becomes a fortress because it is built on acceptance and tactical advantage rather than a fragile ego. Those who attack you will face someone untouchable, someone who operates by their own rules. Step 7. Practice deliberate exposure. Reveal small flaws with confidence to create psychological dissonance. If people expect vulnerability and see none, they are forced to respect you and sometimes they are forced to fear you. This is the essence of psychopathic confidence. It is the ability to turn expectation into authority, to take what was labeled weak and make it untouchable, intimidating, and magnetic. A practical exercise. Pick one trait you consider a flaw. Own it openly in a social or professional setting. Watch the reaction. Do not defend it. Do not apologize. Let it exist alongside calm behavior. You will notice people unconsciously recalibrate. They grant you more respect. They hesitate to criticize further and your presence becomes memorable. Ordinary people hide flaws and remain weak. Individuals with psychopathic confidence own their imperfection, manipulate perception, and turn vulnerability into dominance. Each flaw becomes a weapon. Each criticism becomes a test they never fail. Weakness ceases to be a burden. It becomes a declaration. I am whole. I am dangerous. The world you scroll through is a trap. Instagram, TikTok, and every feed you swipe is a carefully constructed illusion. A stage where people perform the best edited version of themselves. Most people consume that illusion and measure their worth against a dream, convincing themselves they are insufficient, less successful, less attractive, less capable. That is poison. Ordinary confidence cannot survive in that environment. Psychopathic confidence thrives because it is immune to it. Here is the truth. Nothing you see online is real. The girl with flawless skin and a perfect body, filters, lighting, and angles. The man posting exotic travels, one trip edited to look like a lifetime of adventure. Every highlight reel you consume is a carefully crafted illusion. Yet the human mind instinctively compares, judges, and devalues itself. That is why so many feel invisible, small, or unworthy despite their intelligence, success, or talent. The first step towards psychopathic confidence in the modern world is internal calibration. Your value is not controlled by likes, comments, followers, or views. Your value is assigned from within. Judge yourself. Enforce that judgment and live by it. If today you feel like a 6 out of 10, raise it to an 8 in your mind. No one else matters. Social media holds no power over someone who has already defined their own unshakable worth. Next, understand the illusion of competition. Everyone online is performing, pretending, and exaggerating. They are not your rivals, they are actors on a stage. Those with psychopathic confidence do not compete inside illusions. They operate in reality. They focus their energy where it matters most. Real influence, real skill, real presence. When you stop chasing validation from screens, you stop draining yourself emotionally. You conserve power. You become an anomaly that others notice but cannot predict. Another vital principle is detachment from envy. Ordinary people see wealth, beauty, or fame and feel small. They imitate, compete, or criticize. Those with psychopathic confidence understand the absurdity of comparison. They measure themselves only against their own growth, their own strategy, and their own mastery. The rest of the world, with its edited posts, filtered lives, and temporary attention, is irrelevant. Their confidence stays untouched. You must also master selective revelation. In the digital age, every post is a declaration. Oversharing signals insecurity and a hunger for attention. Those with psychopathic confidence reveal nothing unless it serves a calculated purpose. Let your results, achievements, and influence speak naturally. When others notice your success without you announcing it, your value multiplies. What remains unseen always carries more power than what is displayed. A practical exercise. Step away from social media for 1 week. Watch your mind. Notice how comparison, anxiety, and distraction fade. Notice how clarity returns to your thoughts, how calm shapes your social interactions, and how your energy turns inward, strengthening focus and discipline. Psychopathic confidence is immune to trends, opinions, and illusions because it is built from within. You become a fortress that the digital world cannot penetrate. Here is the refined truth of Machiavelli. Value is always self-assigned before it is ever recognized by the world. When you act, speak, and move with an inner worth that cannot be questioned, people feel it. Authority, respect, and admiration follow naturally. No platform can give it to you, and no person can take it away. The more you resist illusion, the more you dominate perception. Ordinary people are prisoners of appearances. Those with psychopathic confidence control them. Common confidence breaks under envy, comparison, and pretense. Psychopathic confidence rises above the stage entirely. It commands attention without needing to perform. Your value does not exist online. It exists in your actions, in your presence, and in your unshakable awareness that you govern perception, power, and respect. By now, you have learned the foundation. Confidence is internal. Self-sufficiency is power. Weakness is a weapon. Illusion cannot reach you. But to become truly Machiavellian in your confidence, you must reach the final stage, a state of absolute fearlessness that makes you untouchable in every social, professional, and personal arena. Fear is the invisible chain that keeps most people obedient, average, and fragile. The fear of judgment, failure, rejection, or insignificance shapes almost every choice they make. Those with psychopathic confidence eliminate fear at its roots. They are not fearless because their lives are easy. They are fearless because they have removed every dependency, every illusion, and every need for external validation. Fear becomes meaningless. Criticism passes through them. Betrayal loses its sting. Rejection becomes data, not defeat. Step 1. Erase need completely. Need is the scent of weakness. When you crave attention, approval, or recognition, you broadcast your vulnerabilities. The final form of confidence requires total self-containment. You act because it aligns with your purpose and strategy, not because someone might approve. Need is the enemy. Independence is your armor. Step 2. Act with ruthless calm and deliberate intent. Those who possess psychopathic confidence do not over-explain and do not seek consensus. They decide with precision, understanding that every move communicates more than words ever could. Silence is their tool, observation their weapon, and unpredictability their advantage. Ordinary people talked to look strong. The truly confident act to become undeniable. Step 3. Dominate perception through presence. Every room, every interaction, every conversation becomes an arena where your inner authority is felt before you speak. Walk with purpose. Stand with purpose. Speak with purpose. This is not arrogance. This is inevitability. Move as if you already own the space, and the world will unconsciously yield, admire, or fear you. They cannot resist the signal you emit. Authority becomes absolute and untouchable. Step 4. Embrace selective engagement. The final form does not squander energy on every skirmish or every challenger. Choose precisely where to invest attention, where to display influence, and where to reveal force. Treat every response as strategic and every appearance as calculated. By making your presence rare, valuable, and intentional, you multiply your influence exponentially. Step 5. Internalize immunity to criticism. Individuals with psychopathic confidence are untouchable because they understand that opinion is not power. Words, judgments, and gossip hold no sway over a mind that trusts itself absolutely. When attacked, they answer with calm, composure, and calculated silence. They let other people reveal their own weakness through judgment rather than absorbing it as truth. Step 6. Demonstrate fearlessness through authenticity. People are drawn to authenticity because it signals certainty, purpose, and control. Artifice collapses under scrutiny. Truth commands effortlessly. The final form is not a mask, it is reality. Be yourself in a way that is untouchable, immovable, and magnetic. The world will adjust. Step 7. Evolve without pause. Psychopathic confidence is not static. It sharpens and adapts. Every failure becomes a lesson. Every criticism becomes raw data. Every interaction supplies a vector for refinement. Complacency is death. Evolution is power. To sustain the final form, you must continuously refine your presence, your strategy, and your understanding of human psychology. This kind of confidence is not a habit. It is a wholesale transformation of mind, presence, and influence. Ordinary people will never comprehend it. They chase attention, validation, and applause while you move quietly, without fear, and with ruthless intent toward dominance. When you reach this state, you become untouchable, admired, feared, and obeyed without demand. Now it is your turn. Begin today. Apply these principles. Own your flaws. Control perception. Watch the world bend to your presence and find itself unable to resist. If you found this useful and want more ruthless strategies for dominance, social mastery, and psychopathic confidence, hit like and subscribe. This is only the beginning. Those who follow will learn to move through the world untouchable, unstoppable, and utterly in control.